What are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing exactly what you told me to.
Now you know how it feels.
I just changed my mind. Look, you're right.
There's your stinky bandana back.
You were right. I was wrong.
Something about Ryan Evans never quite added up. On screen, he was the quiet genius of Count's Customs. Off-screen, rumors swirled that he was the centerpiece of a massive scandal, that he'd stolen from the man who gave him everything. Deepfake images spread, showing him in handcuffs. Headlines connected his name to fraud, betrayal, and a financial crisis that allegedly brought down the show. But the internet got it wrong. While social media convicted him, Ryan never missed a day of work. Danny Coker himself called the rumors a lie. So if Ryan wasn't hiding a crime, what was he hiding? And how did the quietest man in the room become the face of a scandal he had nothing to do with? Join us as we reveal the truth behind the most mysterious man on Counting Cars, the kid who started in a garage in Killeen. In 2017, a financial scandal erupted at Count's Customs. $75,000 went missing. A trusted employee was arrested for embezzlement. And Ryan Evans got caught in the crossfire, falsely framed for something he wasn't a part of. Understanding Ryan Evans' hidden life and true personality is not possible without taking a deep dive into who he really is on the surface, who he was before the fame, what the cameras failed to portray during his time on the show, and what he stepped back to become after the cameras stopped recording. To understand where he came from, we have to go back in time to where it all started. Contrary to popular belief, Ryan wasn't born in Los Angeles. His birthplace is in Mount Vernon, Illinois. He grew up all the way in Frankfurt, Germany, because he was born into a family with deep military roots. These roots caused the family to move frequently during his childhood. Despite the constant relocations, his high school education remained quite stable. He attended Frankfurt American High School and eventually graduated in 1992. It was during his time at Frankfurt American High School that he first developed a serious passion for what he is known for today. Apart from his school life, his father also played a major role in sparking his love for machines. His father worked as a mechanic, and the family garage in Killeen, Texas, where the family eventually settled, became Ryan's first real classroom. He was not the kind of teenager who needed to be pushed toward a hobby. Instead, he naturally gravitated toward automotive painting the way other kids his age moved toward music or sports. Among the various vehicles and bikes his father was paid to work on, motorcycles especially stood out to him. Even in recent interviews, the grown-up Ryan Evans still describes bikes as a canvas on two wheels. Even though he started formally developing his skills in high school automotive shop classes, the real education happened right there in that family garage. He spent countless hours learning the craft hands-on, experimenting with colors, techniques, and finishes on whatever projects came through the door. At one point during his journey, he moved beyond his dad's guidance and actively sought out stronger mentors wherever he could find them. One of the most important was a former Toyota head painter in Texas named David. This mentor gave Ryan a solid technical foundation in professional-grade painting and customization. That knowledge and discipline would later set him apart from virtually everyone else working in the highly competitive custom car world. By 1996, Ryan had decided that Texas was too small for what he was chasing. He packed up and moved to Los Angeles, specifically to be closer to the custom car culture that was thriving there. Southern California in the mid-90s was the perfect environment for someone with his level of obsession. The lowrider scene was strong, the hot rod revival was gaining serious momentum, and the broader custom culture was starting to generate both significant money and national attention. Ryan wasted no time. He jumped straight into painting, quickly building a reputation for quality work and networking with like-minded people in the LA scene. He took every opportunity to improve and prove himself among established builders and painters. Then came 1999, and with it, a phone call that changed everything. The discovery that built a legend. Shannon Akow was not looking for someone ordinary. As the lead bike builder and shop manager at Counts Customs in Las Vegas, Shannon had an eye for talent that went beyond technical ability. At that moment, he was in Los Angeles scouting, searching for someone who could elevate the quality of the work coming out of the shop to a level that matched the ambition of its owner, Danny Coker. And when he walked into the auto shop where Ryan Evans was working and watched him paint, the search was over immediately. What Shannon saw was not just any skilled technician. He saw someone who understood the relationship between a machine and its paint. That the right design did not decorate a vehicle. Instead, it revealed what the vehicle actually was underneath all the metal and chrome. That was a rare thing. The kind of rare thing that Danny Coker, a man who had built his entire identity around the intersection of art and automotive obsession, would immediately love and recognize. By the time Shannon found Ryan, Danny's collection had grown to over 100 vehicles, and the shop was developing a reputation serious enough to attract national attention. And when Shannon brought Ryan's name to Danny and the two men met, the discussion was as over as soon as it started. They were two people who spoke the same language about color and craft, two people who had no choice but to work together. Ryan agreed to leave Los Angeles and moved to Las Vegas in 1999. And within weeks of arriving, he had already begun reshaping the artistic output of Counts Customs in ways that were immediately visible to anyone who walked through the door. It was also a surprise at how quickly he got along with the crew. Everyone knew the crew at Counts Customs was not always the easiest collection of personalities to navigate, but he navigated it so well that within a relatively short period of time, he was promoted to head painter and customization artist. He became, in Danny's own words, his main man when it came to custom paint. And after that, he stayed, lending a right hand in building one of the most distinctive bodies of work in the American custom car world. And for 13 years, things remained the same. All until a camera arrived to film and turned the customs shop into a stage. The show that made him famous.
Works great. Ryan, this makes me want a man. Yeah, I'm definitely paranoid to drive.
Counting Cars premiered on the History Channel on August 13, 2012, as a spin-off of Pawn Stars, itself already one of cable television's biggest hits. The premise was straightforward. Follow the daily operations of Counts Customs as Danny and his crew bought, restored, and customized classic American cars and motorcycles. The thing is, Danny Coker had already been appearing on Pawn Stars as an automotive expert, and his combination of genuine knowledge and rock and roll personality made him a natural television presence. But what nobody fully predicted was Ryan Evans. What television found in Ryan Evans was something that cut through all the noise of Pawn Stars and Counting Cars in the most effective possible way: stillness. While Danny commanded every room he entered, Ryan worked. While other cast members played for the camera, Ryan painted. His on-screen persona of being the quiet worker was not a performance. It was simply who he was, the same person he had been in that Killeen garage decades earlier. And in kind, fans responded with so much loyalty. Loyalty that surprised even the show's producers. He was the perfect counter to the show's usual disorganization. His catchphrase, an exasperated, affectionate "fuck off, Mike," directed at the shop's horny Mike, became one of the show's most beloved running jokes, and it is probably because of how well it captured something true about Ryan. He was not one to perform patience. He genuinely had it in quantities that most people in his position would never have. For more than 100 episodes across 9 seasons, Ryan produced some work pieces that are still unrivaled till today. There was the 1969 Cadillac Job, in which he made the whole vehicle look like a moving piece of jewelry.
You're the paint master, Ryan.
That's right. That's right.
You are, because this is badass, dude.
The grill. Are you kidding me?
Then there was the Chevy C10 van, a retro people carrier that most painters would have struggled to make interesting, which Ryan transformed into something genuinely haunting. And there was Danny's own van, a vehicle the Count had owned since 1982, one he had never trusted to anyone's creative vision until Ryan walked in the door. But in all of this, the work that earned Ryan his most significant professional recognition came in 2015 at the Specialty Equipment Market Association Show, which is the automotive industry's most prestigious annual showcase. Here, Ryan received the Airbrush Action Magazine Award for Best in Show for the custom paint and graphics he created on a 1973 Buick Riviera boat tail. The boat tail Riviera is already one of the most dramatic-looking cars ever produced in America, with its split rear window and aggressive boat tail profile. Ryan took that drama and pushed it further, turning it into an intensely dark and haunting skull motif centered on a blade design across the hood. It was the kind of work that made automotive freaks stop walking, stand, and applaud in respect. Even though his work was so good, he was not famous in the way Danny Coker was famous. His name did not generate the same tabloid interest, but within the world of custom automotive art, Ryan Evans was becoming one of the most respected names alive. And on television, week after week, he was the reason millions of people believed that what they were watching was real. But soon, this newfound high that he had reached all came crashing down. A fraud threatened to end it all. The scandal that almost ended him. In 2016, Count's Customs began noticing serious irregularities in their finances. Numbers simply did not add up. Client accounts showed questionable activity, and the shop's bookkeeping, which had been partially handled by a relatively new hire, started raising major red flags. That employee was Joseph Frontiera, who had come to the shop through a third-party staffing company called Randstad Professionals. Danny Coker did not know him personally, and this lack of direct vetting would later prove costly. Frontiera allegedly misused more than $75,000 of company funds for personal expenses. This included a down payment on his own Land Rover Range Rover and personal airline tickets. He also failed to pay the company's taxes on time, which triggered an IRS penalty of approximately $18,000. Investigations later revealed that Frontiera had a prior history of embezzlement with a previous employer in Florida, something the staffing company had apparently not disclosed. When the discrepancies came to light, Count's Customs took decisive action. In 2017, the shop filed a civil lawsuit naming both Joseph Frontiera and Randstad Professionals as defendants. The case dragged on with countersuits and legal motions, but Count's Customs remained persistent. Eventually, Frontiera faced criminal charges in Las Vegas courts, including felony theft, wire fraud, and filing false tax returns. He was sentenced to prison time for his actions, and this is exactly where Ryan Evans entered the story, through no fault of his own. The internet, hungry for drama around a popular reality TV shop, needed a recognizable villain. Joseph Frontiera was a background figure who had appeared only briefly on the show. Ryan Evans, on the other hand, was one of the most visible and beloved cast members. As a result, his image began appearing in news articles and videos about the scandal. Deepfake images of Ryan in handcuffs spread rapidly across social media. Fabricated stories claimed he had been arrested or fired. Many fans who had watched him paint cars for nearly a decade suddenly believed he was the one behind the theft. The rumors became so widespread that they threatened to damage both Ryan's reputation and the reputation of the entire shop. Some media outlets even used Ryan's photo when reporting on Frontierra's crimes, further fueling the confusion. For a while, it looked like the scandal might derail everything Ryan had built over more than 15 years at Count's Customs. But Danny Coker refused to stay silent. In a direct interview with journalist Jody Only for Top Speed, Danny addressed the rumors head-on. He called the accusations against Ryan horrible and completely false. He emphasized that he and Ryan had worked together for over 25 years. Danny described Ryan as family and stated there was never any doubt about his integrity. Most importantly, he pointed out that throughout the entire ordeal, while the internet was busy convicting him, Ryan never missed a single day of work. He continued showing up and delivering the same high-quality custom paint jobs that made him respected in the industry. So the man the internet had convicted, fired, and publicly destroyed had never once stopped showing up to work? Then, if Ryan Evans wasn't hiding a crime, what exactly was he hiding? The double life hidden in plain sight. While the internet manufactured stories of betrayal and secret crimes, Ryan Evans was simply living the same focused life he had built for decades. The so-called double life that fueled so much online speculation was never about hiding wrongdoing. It was about protecting what mattered most, while staying completely committed to his craft. Ryan has been married to Dana Pauly since March 2015. Together, they have raised a family that includes Logan from Dana's previous relationship and Kylie and Austin from Ryan's side. Raising 3 children while working in the high-pressure world of reality television and custom automotive builds is challenging enough. But doing it while shielding them from constant public attention is even harder. To combat this, Ryan made a decision early in the show's run. The cameras would get his professional time and expertise, but they would not get to his family. He gave no interviews about his home life, avoided personal storylines, and kept his wife and children completely out of the spotlight. That same commitment showed in his living arrangements during the early seasons of Counting Cars. According to the official Count's Customs website, Ryan actually lived upstairs inside the shop for nearly a year while filming. This fueled plenty of conversations among the fans, but in truth, it was actually just his dedication at work. To him, home and work had literally become the same place. He was often the first to arrive and the last to leave, treating the shop as both studio and residence so he could pour everything into the custom paint and graphics that defined his reputation. Even today, Ryan's public social media reflects this single-minded focus. His Instagram feed contains almost nothing except cars, fresh paint jobs, shop projects, and occasional behind-the-scenes shots of ongoing builds. There are no family photos, no personal updates, and no attempts to cultivate a celebrity lifestyle. For a man who spent over a decade on national television, Ryan Evans has remained remarkably private by choice. Beyond the television work and daily shop duties, Ryan has silently invested years into teaching the next generation. He has hosted airbrushing and pinstriping workshops at various events, sharing the technical knowledge and creative approaches he spent decades refining. These sessions continue the same mentoring chain that once helped him, from his father's garage in Killeen to the former Toyota head painter named David, who sharpened his skills in Texas. For Ryan, passing on real technical expertise is not just a side project. It also serves as part of how he honors the craft that shaped his entire career. Unfortunately for this hard-working man, Counting Cars officially ended in December 2021, after 9 seasons, when the History Channel chose not to renew it. Even though tabloids say otherwise, No dramatic behind-the-scenes meltdown or single scandal killed the show. Like many long-running reality series built around a specific business, it had simply reached its natural conclusion. The formula had run its course, and audiences gradually moved on. Yet, despite its end, Ryan Evans never left Count's Customs. While rumors of his firing or feud with Danny circulated online, he remained at his station, continuing to deliver the high-level custom paintwork that earned him respect long before cameras arrived. His official page on the Count's Customs website still lists him as the lead painter and a key creative force behind the shop's projects. Danny Coker continues to refer to him as his main man for custom paint. The awards, including the prestigious Airbrush Action Best in show recognition for the 1973 Buick Riviera boat tail, remain displayed for all to see in the shop. In the years since the show ended, some murmurs in the automotive community point to new projects and fresh designs that could introduce Ryan's work to a younger audience discovering custom culture for the first time. But through all the noise, the deep fakes, the false arrest stories, and the wild speculation, Ryan Evans has stayed consistent. He chooses silence, keeps his family protected, and shows up to work like normal. In an era where many personalities chase constant attention, Ryan built his reputation on the opposite approach. Let the paint speak. That steady, focused path from the family garage in Killeen to the walls of Count's Customs is the real story behind the man. A type of dedication that has lasted him for over 30 years. So here's the real question. If the internet can do this to Ryan Evans, who's next? And do you think Ryan got the recognition he deserved during Counting Cars? Or did Danny's larger-than-life personality always overshadow what Ryan was actually building? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.